right? I can also, if I want to take that, I could say int other result equals do addition 3, and instead of using a static number here, I'm going to use the result from the first one. So I'm going to take 2 and 3, add those together, put them in here, and then I'm going to take that number and I'm going to add 3 to it. And then I'm going to print the result. What's it going to print? Yeah, 8, right? So it prints 8. So now I'm using that function twice in my code. You want to see something really crazy? Watch this. I can say do addition, and I can do addition inside the function. Why? Because the result of this is an integer, and it's going to send it to int n2. The result of this is an integer, and it's going to send it to int n1, and then it's going to add those up. So I'm calling the function inside the function. What's the answer? Nothing, because I didn't print it. Joke. All right, print int result. The answer is 13. So now, if I want to, I can convert this function into a function that both does something and returns something, if I want to. Inside here, I'm just going to say print, adding int n1 and int n2. So now every time this function is called, it's going to tell you what it's doing, and then it's going to do it. So now when I run this, you can see that it's adding 4 plus 5, and then it adds 3 and 1, and then it adds 9 and 4. Notice, pay attention to the order it's doing things, right? It's working inside out, and it's working left to right, just like PIM does. No coincidence there. Same order of operations. But each time it's called, it is going to print out what it's doing, and then it will return the answer. So it's saying, I'm adding 4 and 5, and then it returns 9. And that number takes the place of this. And then it does, I'm adding 3 and 1, and then it returns 4, and it puts it right here. And then it goes to the next level out, and it says, we've got 9 here, and we've got 4 here. We're going to do 9 plus 4, and then we're going to return 13, and that 13 goes into that variable, which I can then use later in the program. And that program that variable will continue to contain 13 until I change it or until the program ends. Now I could do this, right? I could do that. Here's another interesting way that I can use a custom function, right? If I have int 1 is 4 and int 2 is 5. So I have variables that contain integers. I can print out the sum of int 1 and int 2 is do addition Now it's not liking this, so it might not work. Okay, so that is where we draw the limits there. It's because I have wrong variables. Psych, works just fine. That's why. Okay, so this works. You can call the function from within that, inside this formatted string. So you can call it, and if you get the names right, then it works just fine. So that is another way that you can use functions powerfully. And this one is, again, it's doing something and it returns something. And just like I am using print inside of this function, you can use any function inside of any other function, even ones that you create. So there's a lot of flexibility there. Probably so much flexibility that it freaks you out a little bit at first, and that's okay.